Hey guys, welcome to another episode of BodyGeeks. So today I wanted to briefly talk about clean eating versus flexible dieting, also called if it fits your macros. So first things first, I want to say that this is all just called dieting in the grand scheme of things. Every single diet practice, whether you're manipulating carbs or fats or protein or meal timing or nutrient timing, all this stuff that a lot of people do, in the end it's all going to come down to what your total daily caloric expenditure is and intake. So the first thing that we need to know is how many calories should you be consuming roughly per day to hit your goal. So once we figure out how many calories you need, from there we need to decide what is the best macro or macronutrient ratio for you to follow. So you could say, well, I want to follow 40% protein, 30% carbs, 30% fat, and this is where you can kind of play with it based on a bunch of different theories. Or what works best for you. Some people need higher carbohydrate diets. Some people need higher fat, lower carbohydrate diets. Some people respond better to just really high protein diets. Some people are very high carb, very low fat, very moderate protein. You can start playing with different ratios here and find what works best for you. But back to the original topic, we need to know calories first, then we need to know our macros and the ratio of that second. So what does that sound like? That sounds like flexible dieting or if it fits your macros, okay? The if it fits your macros people or flexible dieting will say, go ahead and eat whatever foods that you want as long as your macronutrient ratio is hit by the end of the day and you stay within that macro goal, which will keep you within your caloric goal. I'm not against that. Now, for those of you that are concerned with nutrient timing and micronutrition, meaning the type of vitamins, minerals, and different fat sources, whatnot, you can go off very deep into all of that. Micronutrition, those of you worried about that should come last, okay? Because if you focus on getting the right foods and micronutrients, but you have no idea what your macronutrients are and what your total calories are per day, you're gonna struggle. How would you know to make adjustments if you don't know how many calories or how many macros you're consuming per day? Now, if you're doing it kind of old school bodybuilding style where you're only eating certain types of foods and you have that all mapped out and you're saying, okay, well, I eat chicken twice a day, beef once a day, fish once a day, and I have almond butter, olive oil, and macadamia nuts in my diet. You can kind of get away with not tracking anything because you're eating the same exact thing at the same exact time every single day. So when you go to make adjustments, you'll say, okay, well, I'm not leaning up as much, so I'm going to drop the cup of rice that I have with meal 2, I'm going to cut that out. Okay, which you've then basically just dropped your carbs, dropped your calories, and you continue making progress. So you can get away with doing that. I'm not saying that there are those of you that can't do that, but why not know what your total calories and your macros are? Even if you're going to eat the same exact thing every day, you should still be able to total your calories and total your macros there. So that way you can make decisions based on an actual number instead of just saying, oh, well, I think I'll add an extra tablespoon of almond butter or what have you. So in the end of all of this brief little tidbit of information, flexible dieting versus clean eating and what have you, you can do it all if you want to. You do need to know your total calories. You should know what your macro ratio is and how many of each macro you're going to consume per day. And then if you want to fill your macros with clean, nutritious foods that hit all of your micronutrients that you want to do, that's fine. If you want to then focus on nutrient timing, saying I'm going to have protein carbs here, protein fats here, or if I'm going to have carbs only around the workout, or if I'm going to incorporate intermittent fasting, whatever else you want to try, that's fine. But at the end of the day, your calories and your macros still have to make sense. So we need to know calories, we need to know macros. Those are the two things that you have to have when you're making a diet. From there, go ahead and eat junk to fit your macros or eat clean to fit your macros. Go ahead and fast, go ahead and try different, a protein carb meal here, a protein fat meal here, whatever have you, whatever ideas you want to do, go ahead and do that. Calories first, macros second, all that stuff third. Hey guys, thanks for watching. Make sure to subscribe to our channel. You can check us out on Instagram. We got plenty of information there too. See you next time.